Assalamu alaikum, good morning. I am Mrs. Afshin Imran, your English teacher. Students, are you hearing me? Please reply so that I can understand you are hearing me clearly. Please reply. I am going to start another lecture of English literature today. We have completed 2 lessons, Pat Tom and Huckleberry Finn before. Now this is third lesson going on the graveyard. Okay, we have done. Walaikum assalam, Suhaima. We have done half of the lesson before in the last lecture. Now I am going to do the second part of lesson number 3. This is lecture number 7 and the topic is the graveyard. Now I want to give you the review of page number 16 to 19 first. Okay. We have done this in the last lecture. This is review of page number 16 to 19. Now listen. Tom and Huck went to the graveyard at night. If you remember, they have planned for their adventure in the graveyard and they wanted to see whether the cats are able to cure the spots in the presence of devils or not. There was complete silence and darkness in the graveyard. The boys were a little bit afraid as well, and the boys waited for the devils and hid behind some trees. They hid themselves behind some trees and they started waiting for the devils. They saw 3 people coming in the darkness. First of all, they saw 3 people who were coming in the darkness. They became very much afraid. First, they thought these people to be the devils. They thought these were devils, and because of that, they were so much afraid. Then, when they came closer to them, they found out that these people were humans actually. These were not the devils, these were humans. And they recognized those people, they were Muff Potter, Injun Joe, and Dr. Robinson. Both of the boys, Tom and Hug, knew them very well. They went there to take out a dead body from a grave. The boys still were behind the trees and they watched them. All the 3 people, they came there to take out a dead body from a grave. They took out the dead body from the grave by digging it with a spade. Okay. Dr. Robinson held the lamp and Muff Potter and Injun Joe, they dug up the grave and then with the spade and then what they did, they took out the dead body from the grave. Injun Joe and Muff Potter asked more money from Dr. Robinson. Actually, they have taken out the dead body from the grave because they wanted to give it to Dr. Robinson. And then Dr. Robinson refused for giving the more money as he had already paid money to Injun Joe and Muff Potter. He refused them and then they started fighting and Potter was hit by Dr. Robinson. During the fight, Dr. Robinson hit Muff Potter by the wooden piece. He took that piece from the coffin lid. Injun Joe stuck Muff Potter's knife in the Dr. Robinson's chest. And during that fight, Injun Joe got a chance and he stuck Potter's knife in the Dr. Robinson's chest. Now it happened in the last lecture till here. Now I come to the next pages. Page number 20. Now listen to me very carefully. I have want to tell you about that. I have marked many words from all the pages so that you can find the meanings and then you can note down in your notebook, so that when you read the lesson again, you will find the meanings from there and you will understand more. When the moon came out again, Injun Joe was standing over the two men. The doctor gave a long sigh and was still. What happened? The boys, if you remember, they became very much afraid, so they ran away, and doctor was murdered here. Doctor was died because Injun Joe had stuck the knife into the chest of doctor, and McPorter was unconscious. So only the Injun Joe was left, who was standing over the two men. Injun Joe robbed the doctor. He took out all the money present in the pocket of Dr. Robinson and put the knife beside Porter's right hand, so that when Porter would wake up, then he found the knife near him. Then he sat down on the open coffin. Then Injun Joe sat down on the coffin and he waited for uh, Porter to wake up. 5 minutes passed and then Porter began to move. After 5 minutes, Porter began to move. His hand closed on the knife. His hands were very close to the knife, so he lifted it up and looked at it and let it fall. First of all, he lifted it up because he was unconscious. When he looked at it, then he let it fall because he was confused. Then he sat up, pushing the doctor's dead body away from him. He was lying near the dead body of Dr. Robinson, so he pushed the dead body away from him. He looked at it for a minute, then looked around him. His eyes met Joe's. What happened? He looked at the dead body for some time, then looked around him. He found Injun Joe there. So he asked him, "What happened, Joe?" He said. "It's a dirty business," said Joe. He said, "It's what's a dirty thing happened there. What did you do it for?" Now McPorter asked Joe, "Why did you kill Dr. Robinson?" "I didn't do it." Joe said, "He didn't do the murder." Potter shivered and grew white. Potter became so much confused and afraid. He started shivering because he understood what did Joe mean. "I shouldn't have had that drink tonight. I'm all mixed up. I can't remember anything about it really. Tell me, Joe, honestly, did I do it?" Now, McPorter said that he had not drank that night so much, but he was confused and he had everything mixed up. And he asked Injun Joe that honestly he would tell him what happened there. "Oh, it's awful. It's very much a wrong thing happened here." Now he asked Injun Joe how it happened. Now Injun Joe suddenly got ideas in his mind because he wanted uh, to keep himself free from all this thing. So he made a fake story and he told him, "You two were fighting." That means Dr. Robinson and McPorter. Said Joe, "He hit you with that piece of wood and you fell flat." Now he said that Dr. Robinson hit McPorter with a piece of wood and he fell down. Then he got up, took the knife and stuck it in him. Now, after that, when McPorter fell down, he got up again and took the knife and stuck the knife into the body of Dr. Robinson, into his chest, just as he hit you again. He fell on top of you. And he also said that Dr. Robinson also one more time tried to hit him and then he fell on top of him. Oh, McPorter was surprised. What happened there? "Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. I never used a knife like that in my life before." Now, he did not believe in Junjo and he said how it happened. He never used a knife like that in my life. He said that he did not use the knife in that way. "Joe, I have fought, but never with a knife." "Joe, don't tell. Say you won't tell." Now, in McPorter said he had fought with people, but not with a knife. Now he asked Joe not to tell anybody. Now, please not to tell anybody about this murder. I liked you, always like you, Joe. You won't tell, will you? Now he told Joe not to tell anybody. Now he asked, will you tell anybody? And the poor man dropped to his knees. Now he thought that he was the murderer. So he dropped to his knees. He sat down before the real murderer in front of Injun Joe and took his hands. No, you have always been fair with me. Now Potter begged for him and asked him not to tell anybody. So Injunjo replied, you have always been fair with me. Mark Potter, I won't say anything about it to anyone. Oh, Joe, you are an angel from heaven. I will be thankful to you forever for this. And Potter began to cry. Now, when Injunju said to Potter that he would not tell anybody about this murder, then he thanked Injunju and he said that he was an angel from the heaven and he would be thankful for him forever for the rest of his life. And Potter started and began to cry because he was so much uh, upset about this murder. Now I come to the review of page number 20. Listen to me very carefully. The moon came out and Dr. Robinson died. Injun Joe robbed Dr. Robinson because he was a criminal, so he did not leave the dead body free. He even robbed the dead body or the died Dr. Robinson, took everything from his pocket and put the knife beside Muff Potter's hand. Muff Potter, who was unconscious, he was lying beside the dead body of Dr. Robinson. After 5 minutes, Potter began to move and lifted the knife up. Because knife was so close to his hand, he lifted it up. He looked at it and let it fall and pushed Dr. Robinson's dead body away from him. Now Potter looked at the knife and let it fall. He became confused and he pushed Dr. Robinson's dead body away from him. Now Potter asked Joe, what happened there? Potter was very much confused, so he asked what happened there. He first thought that Injun Joe had killed Dr. Robinson. So he asked him why he had done it. But Joe informed Potter that Joe had not killed, but Potter had killed Dr. Robinson. It was actually the fake story and it was not the real thing. But because Potter was unconscious, so he told the fake story to him. Potter shivered and asked Joe how it happened. Now some more points from page number 20. Indian Joe made a fake story. He told Potter that Dr. Robinson hit him with a piece of wood and he fell flat. Then Potter got up, took the knife and stuck it in Dr. Robinson's chest. Dr. Robinson fell on top of Potter. Now it was the whole story which was not the real story, which was only a fake story, and Indian Joe told that thing to Muff Potter. Muff Potter became confused and afraid as well. Potter said that he never used a knife like that before. He dropped to his knees before the real murderer and begged him not to inform anyone about that murder. Injun Joe promised him that he would not say anything about the murder to anybody. Mark Potter said that he would be thankful to Joe and started crying because he was so much confused and upset. He did not believe that he had murdered a person. Now I come to page number 21. Listen to me very carefully. Hope you are enjoying this story and you have understood it. That's enough crying. This is not the time for it, said Joe. You go that way and I'll go this. Move now and don't leave any tracks behind you. Potter started to run. The Indian stood looking after him. What happened? Then Indian Joe told Potter, it's not the time to cry. This is the time to move. So move that way and I will go to another side. Now move and not to leave any tracks behind you because so that nobody would uh, find out that you would be here or there whenever the murder had been happened. Potter started to run. The Indian engine Joe stood looking after him. Now, the engine Joe who became very much happy because he told Potter about the fake story, and now Potter was thinking that he had murdered Dr. Robinson. He's so drunk. Has forgotten the knife. He won't remember it till he's gone a long way. Then he will be too afraid to come back and get it. The coward, said Joe to himself. Now, Angel Joe said to himself about Muck Potter that he was so much drunk, so he forgot the knife here and he had gone far away. But when he reached a far distance, then he would remember that he had forgotten the knife, but he was so much afraid and coward, so would not return. Injunju waited for 2 or 3 minutes. After that, he also left the place, and after that, the murdered man, the body in the blanket, the empty coffin, and the open grave were alone under the light of the moon. What there was murdered man, Dr. Robinson's dead body, another dead body in the blanket, empty coffin, and the open grave were left in the graveyard in the light of the moon. The two boys ran away, Muck Potter and Injun Joe also ran away. You can see in the picture it was the dead body of Dr. Robinson, swearing in blood. Now, on the other side, the two boys, Tom and Huck, ran on towards the village because they were so much afraid. So they ran fast and they ran towards the village. They looked back over their shoulders from time to time as if they thought they might be followed. Now they were looking at their backside again and again so that nobody could follow them. They wanted to see whether somebody was following them or not. At last, they reached an old broken down house. They ran in through the open door and fell to the floor. What happened? At last, they reached an old broken house and they entered there and fell to the floor. After that, they started discussing about the murder. What do you think will happen now, Huck? Whispered Tom. Tom was asking Huck, now what will happen after all that? If Dr. Robinson dies, I think someone will be hanged for it, replied Huck. Huck said that if Dr. Robinson dies, somebody would be hanged for it. Do you really mean it? Tom was asking. Yes, I know it, Tom. Tom thought for a minute, then he said, who will tell? Shall we? Now Tom was thinking about the whole situation and then he was asking her, who will tell about the murder or who will tell about the murderer? Shall we? He was asking that whether he himself or her. Now I come to the quick review of page number 21. Injun Joe said to Potter to run away and not to leave any tracks behind him. Injun Joe told Potter to run away. Potter ran away, leaving the knife there, but he forgot the knife when he was running. He forgot the knife because he became so much afraid. Injun Joe said that Potter was so drunk that he forgot the knife. Now Injun Joe said to himself that Potter was so drunk that he forgot the knife. He had to take the knife with himself, and he was so much coward that he would not return to get it. Now he was talking to himself and he was calling Potter a coward because he understood that he would not return to get the knife. Injun Joe also ran away. There was only the murdered man, the dead body, and the empty coffin left in the graveyard. I hope you have understood till here. Now, I come to the more points of page number 21. Tom and Huck ran towards the village. They were very much afraid, so they ran very fast. They were very much afraid as they thought they might be followed. They reached an old broken house and entered there. Tom asked her what would happen to them. Now they were discussing the things happened in the graveyard, and they were asking each other what would happen next. Huck replied someone would be hanged if Dr. Robinson died. They didn't know that Dr. Robinson already died. They had run away before his death. Tom asked who would tell about that, Huck or himself. Now he was asking Huck who will tell about the murderer, Huck or he himself. Now I come to page number 22. You can see that I have marked some words on all pages. Please note down their meanings in your notebook. Of course not. If something happened and Injun Joe is not hanged, he will kill us for knowing about it. That's what I was thinking, Huck. Now, Huck said that if something happened, then, or if somebody informed some the police or somebody else about Injun Joe, then, or if he would not be caught, then he would kill Tom and Huck. Tom said yes, he was thinking the same. If anybody tells, let Mom Porter do it. Tom said nothing, but he was thinking. Now Huck said, it may be possible that Mom Porter informed somebody. Tom said nothing, but he was thinking. Soon he said, Huck, Mom Porter doesn't know about it. How can he tell? Now Tom asked Huck, how is it possible for Mom Porter to tell anybody? Because he didn't know anything. Why doesn't he know? Tom, he was there, wasn't he? Huck asked him, Tom, why you are telling me that thing? He was also there. Yes, but when Injun Joe stabbed the doctor with the knife, stab means to stick the knife inside the chest. With the knife, Mom Porter had been hit on the head and was lying on the ground. Tom said that Mom Porter didn't know anything because when Injun Joe was stabbing the doctor's chest with the knife, Mom Porter was lying unconscious on the ground. That's right, Tom. Huck said, oh yes, it was right. Do you think that bang on the head could have killed him too? Now Huck asked Tom, Tom asked Huck that whether you think that the hit on the head on the muff Potter by Dr. Robinson killed him too? No, I don't think so. It was not hard enough for that. After another thoughtful silence, Tom said, Huck, are you sure you can keep quiet about all this? Now Huck said, I thought that the hit on the head was not so much hard enough, so he was alive. Both of them kept silence for a while. After that, Tom said, Huck, what we would do? We should remain quiet about all that. Tom, we have got to keep quiet about it. Injun Joe will be after us if he's not hanged, and he won't care what he does to us. Let's swear to one another to keep quiet. Now Huck said that they had both have to keep quiet about that, because if Injun Joe would not be caught or if he would not be hanged, then he would kill us or he would do something to us. So they have decided to swear to one another to keep quiet. I agree, Tom said. I agree, Huck. Shall we hold hands and swear? Now they wanted Tom Huck to hold hands and swear. Oh no, Huck said, oh no. For a big thing like this, we have got to have writing and swear in blood. But Huck said it was a big thing, so we have to do this in the form of writing and then swear in blood and sign it with blood. So both of the boys, they found a piece of wood, and with a red pencil that he found in his pocket, Tom wrote these words. They found a piece of wood and they wanted to write something, some words on this wood with the help of red pencil. Tom had got this red pencil in his pocket. Now he wrote the words, Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer swear they will keep quiet about this, and they wish they may drop down dead and rot if they ever tell. Now, these were the words uh, written by Tom, and it was there. Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer swear they will keep quiet about that, and they wish also that if they will tell anybody, then they became dead and wrong. Then they pricked their fingers so that the blood came out from that and wrote the first letters of their names in blood. Actually, they wrote the first letters, it means they signed it with the blood. Tom had to help Huck for he could neither read nor write. You know that Huck was not going to school, so he was not able to read and write. So Tom helped him to write H as a sign, and Tom did the sign by writing the letter T. They buried the wood close to the wall and promised not to speak of what they had seen again. Now, they buried the wood close to the wall and promised each other not to speak of the things happened and what they had seen, the murder. They would not speak to each other even again. Now, this is a review of page number 22. Huck said if Injun Joe would not hang, he would kill them. They were afraid, the boys were afraid about that. Tom said he was thinking about that. Tom said that he was also thinking about that. Huck said if Muff Potter told about the murder, Tom said Potter didn't know about that. Huck was asking that if Tom and Huck were not telling anybody, Muff Potter was able to tell the other people about the murder. Tom said Potter didn't know about that. Huck said he was there. Why didn't know about the murder? Tom said he was lying on the ground when Joe killed Dr. Robinson and he was unconscious. Tom said to Huck that Muff Potter was unconscious at that time when Indian Joe killed Dr. Robinson, so he was not able to tell anybody about the murder. Huck said Potter was hit on the head. Tom asked Huck to be sure to keep quiet about that murder. Now, they have decided to remain quiet about the murder. Now, some more points from page number 22. Huck asked Tom to swear to one another to keep quiet. They have decided to swear to one another to keep quiet. Tom asked Huck to hold hands and swear. Tom asked to hold hands and swear. Turn off your cameras, please. But Huck said that it was a big thing, so they would have to get a writing and swear in blood. Now, Huck said that it was a big thing, so they have to do in writing and swear in blood. They found a piece of wood and Tom took out a red pencil from his pocket. Tom wrote some words on the piece of wood with the help of red pencil. Now, these were the words. Tom wrote these words. Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer swear they will keep quiet about this and they wish they may drop down dead and rot if they ever tell. Now, these were the words about the murder that Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn have decided and swear that they will remain quiet about this and they wish they may drop down dead and rot if they ever tell. Then the boys pricked their fingers and wrote the first letters of their names in blood. First letters of their names like T for Tom Sawyer and H for Huck Finn. Then they buried the wood close to the wall and they promised not to speak of what they had seen again. I hope this is the end of today's lecture. I hope you have understood the whole story and it is very interesting story and I hope you have enjoyed it very well. Now this is the time to ask the presentation questions. Okay, I am giving you 2 minutes to note down the questions. These are the presentation questions. After 2 minutes, I will call the names and ask the answers. The first question is who killed Dr. Robinson? Second, whose knife was used for the murder? Third, who made the fake story? Fourth, what did Tom and Huck decide about the murder? Number 5, what did Tom and Huck use to write some words on the book? These are the 5 questions. Please note them down, and after 2 minutes, I will start asking questions. Okay? And I will call the names. So please be careful. When I am calling the names, only those people are allowed to give me the answers. Other people are not allowed to give me the answers. Please be careful. Okay? If you have got any problems, I will give you all answers. Don't get worried. Okay? I will give you all answers. But first of all, you have to give me the answers of the presentation questions. Okay? Now I am calling the names. You are writing your names and your class roll numbers. I have already marked your attendance. Don't get worried. Okay? Now, Aiza Hashmi. Please give me answer number 1. Who killed Dr. Robinson? Aiza Hashmi, please give me answer number 1. Hadika, I am not asking. So please. I am asking Aiza. Aiza, can you give me the answer please? First question, who killed Dr. Robinson? And Aliza also. Aliza and Aiza. Both of you can give me the answer. Question number 1, who killed Dr. Robinson? I'm waiting, please hurry up. So Hema, I'm asking the same question to you. Who killed Dr. Robinson? Okay, you are not answering me. I'm asking some other people. Hamna Tariq, Hania Rahim. Soha, I'm not calling your name, but please don't write anything without the calling of your name, please. So Hema, very good answer. Okay, now I'm coming to question number 2. Hania, I'm not asking you, please listen. Don't give me answers without your name, okay? Umema and Varda. Question number 2, Umema and Varda. Right answer of question number 2. Whose knife was used for the murder? Whose knife was used for the murder? Umema and Varda, I am asking you. Whose knife was used for the murder? Zain, can you give me the answer? No, Iman, it is not your turn, okay? When I'm asking you, then you will give me the answer. Varda, your answer is right. Very good. Zain, I'm asking the same question to you. Question number 2, whose knife was used for the murder? Okay, Umema, your answer is right. You have copied. Now next. Okay, very good. Now Hamza Anjum and On Sheikh. I'm asking you. Question number 3. Who made the fake story? Hamza Anjum and On Sheikh. Who made the fake story? Soha, if you want to ask anything, please write here. Who made the fake story? Yes, Soha, give me the answer. Who made the fake story? Soha and Iman. Very good, Soha, your answer is right. Iman, you can give me the answer. Answer number 3. No, Iman, answer number 3 is wrong. Who made the fake story? Now I'm coming to question number 4. What did Tom and Huck decide about the murder? Abdullah Irfan, Meeram Bakar. Abdullah and Meeram, it is your turn. Abdullah and Meeram, give me answer number 4. What did Tom and Huck decide about the murder? Pariza, can you give me the answer? Abdullah Irfan, very good. Your answer is very good. Pariza, can you give me the same answer? What did Tom and Huck decide to tell about the murder? Okay, on check, your answer is right. 4 answer is right. Now I come to last question. What did Tom and Huck use to write something on the wood? What did they use to write? Miriam, your answer is right. Soha, your answer is wrong. Adhika, which answer is that? So Hema, your answer is right. Fifth answer is right. Very good, Soha. No, Adhika, your answer is wrong. Pariza, your answer is right. Okay. Okay, Hania, now I stop the presentation time here. Don't write the answers now. I want to discuss about the your class test today. Today is your class test. You all know that. So you have got only one chance to attempt it. Don't attempt it again and again because we consider or we check only the first one. Okay, remember this thing. I will not check any of the any of the response again and again. Only the first attempt is considered for checking. Okay, remember this thing. Don't attempt it again and again. I will upload it after 1 hour at least. You have got a lot of time to attempt it, and be very careful. It is of 10 marks and very easy MCQs are there. So be very careful when you are choosing the correct answer. Okay. One more thing which I want to tell you, that you have to make 2 portions in literature and language copies both. 300 pages copies. Remember this thing. And then mark one portion as English literature and then other portion as English language. First portion index can be made at the front side and second portion index can be made at the back side. Homework, I will give some homework today, little bit homework, and I am stopping here because little bit time is left. I will meet inshallah in the next class. Okay. I hope you have understood and wish you best luck for the class test. Allah Hafiz.